It's hour 6, your throat's dead, and your head's pounding. The one shot still isn't finished. If this feels familiar to you, you're not alone. I used to run into this nightmare too, and not so long ago. Here's how I fixed it. Hey everyone, I'm Zaklis, a D&D Dungeon Master and World Builder. Today I'm going to talk about the single biggest issue with one-shots. They drag. They take longer than intended, you run out of time, and what should have been a tight 3 hours adventure turns into a 6-hour saga with a rushed ending. Yeah, rushed. The fix is simple. Start treating your one-shots like movies. A story told in scenes. Let me show you what I mean. Divide the session into 3 to 5 scenes. Each scene must have a purpose, a time frame, and a natural endpoint. This structure keeps the story moving without rushing the players. Let's go over the layout of these scenes. This scene is about painting the picture and kicking things off. You drop the players into the world, set the mood, establish the scene, and present the hook. Then give them a bit of time to ease into character, roleplay, and get to know each other. But don't over-explain and don't let them drag it out. This is a cinematic opening, not backstory hour. This scene is about beginning the adventure and the investigation. It's where the players gather information, follow up leads, and interact with the world. A clue here, a conversation there, a small bump in the road to warm them up. If they wander too far, gently steer them back. This is not a sandbox. This scene is about encounters and obstacles. Your players should feel the tension here. It's the heart of your adventure, so consider it your main act. It includes combat, traps, puzzles, complications, basically anything that forces them to react and work as a team. So yeah, push them and give them a reason to push forward. This scene is about the final encounter, usually a boss fight, and the resolution of the story. It's where everything pays off. The party confronts the villain, solve the mystery, or stop the ritual. Whatever your climax is. After the peak, you need a quick epilogue. Show them how the world is reacting, the consequences, the aftermath. Let them know that their choices mattered and what you're describing is the direct result of their actions. And that's it. 4 scenes, clean and controlled and doable in a fixed amount of time. Now, let's make it work, how to actually implement this system. First, you need to assign each of these scenes a time frame. This gives me about 3 hours of runtime with some wiggle room. Keep in mind that these are just rough numbers. We won't hit them exactly, and that's fine. That's why they sum up to 2.5 hours up to 3.5 hours. And besides, the main purpose is to give your brain a structure and an anchor. Simply assigning time frames to each scene won't do you much good. You have to track them. Set alarms or use a stopwatch or just glance at the clock and ask yourself, is this scene overstaying its welcome? And if the answer is yes, then you gotta wrap things up. This is where a lot of us hesitate. You must be able to enforce your time frames. Otherwise, what's the point? If you're halfway through Explore and time is slipping, just summarize the less important steps. If the challenge is running too long, then remove the unimportant encounters. Cutting isn't cheating, it's pacing. The only thing worse than a rushed ending is a missed ending. So don't be afraid to summarize, skip, or cut short any unimportant materials. And let's be real, we all have those. What can help you enforce your timeframes naturally is having some scene openers and closers prepared. You don't need a script, just a paragraph for opening and closing scenes, and not necessarily all of them. They smooth transitions, save time, and make the one-shot feel natural. Think of them as reusable dialogues or descriptions that can be reskinned. Players will wander. They'll mess around, joke, roleplay, explore. That's what players do. You can't control them, and you shouldn't. But you can control the structure, the time, and what you present to them. And I bet my beard on this. An average and simple one-shot with a clean and decent ending worth so much more than any amazing one-shots that drag or get rushed or doesn't end properly at all. To sum everything up, break your one-shot into scenes, give each scene a purpose and a time frame, track your time, and cut what doesn't matter. Do this and your one-shots will finally end on time instead of either being left on a cliffhanger or turn into a two-shot. If you know two shots, you know pain. If this helped you tighten your one-shots, or if you have your own tricks, let me know in the comments. And if you liked the video, subscribe and maybe send them to your DM friends. Let their one-shots also finish in time.